Yeah, day is 31st of January, Wednesday. I put out my big bale of peat moss and 3 bags of composted cow manure. Tilled that in. And I came in and my tomato sets were looking a little too wet. So I drained the pan and I got them sitting outside here in the sunshine, dry out a little bit. And my vacuum for my leaf blower was a complete failure. It would stop up with leaves and would not clear. And what threw me off when I was trying it out, I was just sucking up a few leaves, and it does fine on just a few, like 10 leaves. But anything else, they get crosswise in the hose and hang up, and it just builds up a big old ball. I don't have enough CFM off this attached blower and chipper. So, old school, got out my backpack blower and blew everything into the corners and picked everything up with a rake and threw it down the chute. Even with my big old hole in the side, it did just fine. And it don't look like it, but I probably shredded 30 yards of leaves. They're everywhere, and it ain't even my tree, but it's done, so I don't have to worry about it till next fall. All that stuff on the outside of the fence, you get a real strong south wind, they'll blow to the north and get away from the fence. I loosened them all up and fluffed them, so they should blow. And I've got little battery operated air pumps. Let me get over here and show it to you. And I take my empty bags home and put it in the house trash. Bought the first one for the motorcycles, so I can take an air compressor with me when I'm on a motorcycle ride. And my wife and I went down to the coast in the white pickup, and I tossed it in there. Got back, and I couldn't find that son of a gun nowhere. And I dug through everything. My wife said, "Well, it's in the truck." I said, "Well, I know it was. I don't know where it is." And come back a couple more times and just kept on digging. Finally found the damn thing after I had ordered the replacement. So now I got one for the motorcycles and one for whatever truck I'm in. I actually used it today. One of the tires was low on my chipper, and instead of starting a big air compressor and running airline the length of the building, I just grabbed this battery powered smart air pump out of my truck. They're programmable. You set the set point, it'll pump up and stop, and works perfect. And got the little, I think it's called a USB port, you plug it into a slot thing, or you can buy an adapter that plugs into a 110 volt, and pretty dang handy. It takes no time at all to air up those little tires on the chipper, like under a minute. And one of them is at 5 psi. I pumped them both up to 35. Set it and forget it. They're not cheap, but they're not super expensive either. So might look at getting one of these, throw in your truck. If you got a motorcycle, definitely get you one of these. So, a little tired. My chipper worked perfect. Just my vacuum hose idea did not work at all. Ain't no big thing. Backpack blower runs like a new one, and so I had no issues. Big tiller, again, runs like a new one. And I didn't use my little tiller today. I just used the big one. The reason I did not rake it smooth, I think I'll get another 4 or 5 bags of cow manure from the big box store and go ahead and mix that into the dirt too. because some of the plants last year when I planted my fall garden, it didn't look like they got equal nutrition from the soil. I'd have one great looking cabbage, barley, next to it, 18 inches away. It just wasn't growing right. So I guess more cow manure is cheap. And like I said before, I prefer cow manure, chicken manure, rabbit manure, any kind of manure versus chemical fertilizer. I ain't real crazy about that stuff. Yeah, that's about all I'm doing. Got all my leaves mulched, so that's taken care of till next year. End of January, the tree is bare if you can see it. So the leaves are done falling. And next evolution in the lot will be spraying herbicide. I'll probably be doing that in about March. Anyway, that's all for this one. Thank you.